Well, after a hiatus of doing lots of work and no play, I'm back on the car. I left off last time having chopped out the majority of this panel, but just to get the worst of it off, what I need to do now is go round and actually separate the remainder of the panel, either by drilling out the spot welds or grinding. So that's what I'm going to do next. Again, I'm using that process of cutting slots through the top skin and using hammer and chisel just to prise the two bits apart. Then after that's off, I can go through with a sander and clean it up. It doesn't matter how careful you are, you will always touch it, but as long as it's not all the way through, it doesn't really matter. And you can always weld these up and sand it all smooth if you really care about it before you then put the other panel back on top. Certainly makes it easier if that panel is all homogeneous, because otherwise, say you've drilled a plug hole in your top panel to weld down onto that, if it's picking up on a bit where I've cut all the way through, your weld will just disappear into that, which is really annoying. Just had a bit of a head scratching moment. That is the fuel filler, obviously, and the outer skin appeared to be plug welded on or spot welded on at that seam there. And I was thinking, well, how the hell am I going to be able to weld that back together when the panel's on? But fortunately, this whole box comes as part of the new panel. So that's the weld I was worried about, but actually all I need to do is undo the spot welds that go between here and the inner wing, which is rather easier to do. So I just need to drill out spot welds at the back. Right, I've been working my way around that arch lip, getting the remainder of the outer skin off, and I'm finding a little bit more surface rust on that return than I would like. You could clean it all up and it'll probably be fine, but I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't just put a new wheel arch lip in all the way round. That bit there is really quite nasty. I'm going to need to repair that bit, and this bottom corner anyway, so I might as well just chop that out, because believe it or not, actually chopping that off, welding on the outside here won't take that long. It'll leave me a nice clean flange on that side and a nice surface to weld onto. So I'm going to go home later tonight and see if I haven't got another inner repair, and then that'll be my game plan. So I'm going to stop doing that now, because if I've got one, I can chop all that off in one go, and there's no point wasting drill bits or grinding discs doing that. So I'm going to continue cleaning up that flange there, going to try and get that off. So I need to undo that, get my fuel pipe out from the underside so that I don't set myself on fire, and then come down that seam here and get all that off. After a struggle, I've managed to get the fuel filler neck out. It was a pain because both of the hoses on the back side are well and truly stuck on. With the wheels still on, it's difficult to get your hands up and in there. Anyway, I would do that bit next, but I don't have my spot weld drills with me, so I'm gonna move on to other bits, probably continue on that seam there. It may not look it, but it's getting a bit dark now, so I'm going to call it an evening. The camera is really good at compensating for light, but it's quite dark and I don't have a torch, so I can't really see what I'm doing down in this corner, which is the last bit to do. I have cleaned up all of that flange all the way along there, trimmed that bit down, ready for drilling out the spot welds next time. Gone down that flange to about here. I need to do that top bit and that bottom bit, wheel arch lip, and then once I've worked out a cunning plan, I need to work out where exactly I'm going to join it here and trim out all of that as well. And then while I've got good access, I'll repair this bit at the back and that bottom corner, put the new wing on.